Hi. I should shut my door. Hang on. I don't want to be just talking out into the open hallway. By the way, this is like some of the things that you'd said. Everything's de-identified, and this is like an old travel photograph. I found this cool archive at the National Gallery of Art that's like close to full resolution images and copyright free. And so I'm thinking about printing that one. I took a history of photography class a long time ago. I loved this one. Okay, so I think the first thing that we have to do is break down these into concepts. So we have gender discrimination, oppression, that's one thing. Wage equality, and we could even tie gender to that, gender wage equality, and job equality. And then we also have heterosexual discrimination. And there's another word, there's all sorts of keywords that we can tie into this, but this is I think it would behoove us to look at these one at a time. So let's do that. And let me show you where I would start. So since you were looking at articles, I mean, you could start in the catalog, and there'd probably be a lot of things on books and gender inequality, gender inequality. If you just put them something like that, and then go to books, look at that. There's like 5,700 books on this. So if you're looking for guidance on kind of general things, or kind of like greatest hits of what's been going on, you can go through and just say, I only want full text online books. And you can see there's like specifics, the European labor market, reproduction, South Africa, a bunch of case studies and things like that. It's well written about, I think, is one of our problems, but also maybe one of the things that's going to help us. When you look at these concepts, gender discrimination, wages, job equity, discrimination, and things like that, there's multiple ways of sampling it, and books would be great for history, I think. But if we wanted to go up to like what's being done now and what's important now, let's go to the databases. So we know that it's going to be under like a sociological database because it's about society. Let's see, sociology. So sociological abstracts is going to be really good. But since there's 5,000 books on this, there's going to be like many, many, many different things in articles as well. How do we know what the best articles are? I think your keywords are pretty strong. So let me show you another database called Scopus, where you can sort by the number of times that something has been cited, which is kind of impact. So Scopus is another database, but it allows you to sort your search results. You can sort them by date or relevance or things like that. But you can also sort by the number of times that an article has been cited by other articles, and then so like the best stuff shows up. So we can, just like an advanced search in another database, we can add fields. So let's do gender. And what we could do, gender, you could do gender or women if you wanted to, or you could do a specific, things like that. I think gender would be strong enough keyword on its own. And then we have discrimination, oppression, all sorts of different things. You can search for those individually. Inequity. Let's just do equity. That's wages or jobs. So we're looking at equity or inequity. And then the third concept, let's do job. Job star will get job and jobs, or employment, but let's do this so we catch employ, employed, employer, employment. Oh yeah, or wage. If you put a star next to it, this will be wage or wages. And so all these things together, it's going to give us like lots and lots. So there's 2,000 articles that have that. How do we know what the best ones are? It depends. There's a couple ways that you can sort. You can go by date. So let's say this has been written about for decades and decades. So let's limit it to just the last 5 years and see if we can narrow that number down from 2,000. 874, that's good. Now, and when we look at these, there's COVID-19 refugee, women in radiation, radiological protection, so maybe that's health sciences. Equal pay is another keyword. Oh, again, in radiology, how fascinating. Exclusionary practices, so there's different keywords you can use, but if this looks like a good set, this number over on the side says the number of times that something has been cited. So let's sort by that. Sorted by highest. So in the last 5 years, the articles that are most important are the ones that have been cited by others. And so this one, health inequalities, it may or may not be on your topic, or it might supplement part of your topic. So don't worry about finding the perfect article. You're going to find several that support your argument in different points. So health, that was so important. Oh my gosh. In a year and a half, this was so important that 397 newer scholarly articles cited it. That's a huge deal. That's like impact off the scale. Gender equity, in the last few years, there's been cited 150 times among physicians. So what I would encourage you to do is go through and sort by number of times cited, regardless of the keywords that you do. You can mix and match these. Have gender be by itself, and then you can try male discrimination, sex discrimination, heterosexual discrimination. You can try out the keywords oppression, but then sort by, depending on the keywords that you get, you'll look at these results and go, oh yeah, that's good, or oh no, that keyword didn't work well. But look for some that are right on, like this one right here, gender equity. That one is a big deal. So if that one's a good one, click on that article and you can see, just by reading the abstract, whether it's on your topic or not. The abstracts are going to be right here. Oh my gosh, look at that, 46%. Although progress has been made, disparities, there's another keyword, compensation is another keyword, discrimination, gender bias, all sorts of different keywords that you can discover and then you can search with. Here's the cool thing you can do though. Oh, by the way, to get the full text, you have to click on this Find It button, or you click on this Find It button. And when you click on that, it'll send you to the library catalog and it'll look for it in another database. So Scopus has no full text. So for every one of you have to click the View It and the Find It. And it will send you to the library catalog and there'll be a list of databases where it shows up. If it doesn't show up, Request an Article is interlibrary loan, and that's free. And let me know if you have questions about that. But if this one turns out to be like the perfect article, you can go over and click on the things that have cited it in the last 4 years, and you can sort those by number of times cited, and on and on and on down the rabbit hole. Look at that. Gender norms is another keyword. So let's just for fun, let's go back to our search. So instead of equity or inequity, let's do gender norms. And remember, if you have more than one word, you have to put it in quotes to stick those two keywords together, or it might break. I'm going to get rid of this one. Let's see what gender norms and job are. Oh, it's not liking that I got rid of that one. Oh, database. Oh, there's this little garbage can. Sigh. Look at that. So gender norms, that might be a key concept that you would examine. And who establishes the norms? What are the criteria for norms? That's like a whole other kettle of fish. Okay? Let me know how it goes. And I'm happy to help you. and happy Friday.